Hi everyone and welcome to the 21st day of our Christmas calendar challenge. It's getting close, Okay, so we're gonna just jump right to it and pick the card for today. Thread the needle. All right, this is a nice and soft one. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna put this aside to put in our calendar, and then I'm gonna get this right here. I think we're gonna start then with our cat-cow and then move into thread the needle. And then I think we're gonna move back to a child's pose. Maybe we're gonna do a bit slow today. Let's do some stretchings. Let's see. This one we wanna have as well. Maybe we wanna do this one. I haven't done the seated twist, right? Let's see, we have a little twist in our thread and needle, so that should be good for this as well. Let's see what more we want to do. I think we're gonna do, let's do this, and this. We're gonna have a nice slow practice today. Thread the needle. All right, let's see. Do we want to have some part standing? Let's maybe do 3 sun salutations and then come into our low lunge. And then we're gonna hold it for a little while. We're gonna move back. And then we're gonna move back. I think we're gonna drop the split and then just move completely back to the seated. All right. And then we're gonna do a little twist. And then we're gonna release and come on to our pigeon. And then we're gonna repeat. Then we're gonna do 1 vinyasa. Just to keep the warmth in a little bit. If we use our breath, we can keep the warmth well within our body. But let's do this one first, and this, and this, and this. All right, you ready? A little bit warming in the beginning, but then a nice slow and a bit of a stretching practice. Okay? We're gonna do, before we go ahead and practice, we're gonna have to put our card in, right? All right. Okay, so here goes 21, guys. Wow. All right. Now let's practice. All right, let's come to a comfortable seated position and start by connecting with our breath. Breathing deeply in and out through the nose. Then we're going to slowly move into a tabletop. And we're going to start our cat-cow. So find your wrist underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Then we're going to start by exhaling, tucking the tailbone and rounding our back.
the navel going up, looking towards it, and then inhaling as we start by swaying and coming all the way up, opening the chest. Exhale to tuck, rolling like a wave, vertebrae by vertebrae, and then inhaling, starting at the same point, swaying, coming all the way up. One more time, tucking. And then cow. And then we're going to come to neutral. We're going to inhale our right arm up towards the sky. Exhale as we thread the needle. Reaching out with the right arm towards the left, the shoulder coming down. Maybe taking our left hand behind our back to bind. Inhale, release. Placing the left palm back. Pushing into the mat with the left. Raising up towards the sky with the right. And then exhale back to all fours. Inhale, left arm glides up. And exhale, thread the needle. Coming all the way down on your shoulder. Your weight being well distributed and not on your head. If you want to bind, you move that right hand behind your back, grabbing the left upper thigh. Inhaling, releasing your bind, if you did bind. Placing the right palm on the mat, pushing yourself up, opening the left arm to the sky, and exhale. Tabletop. We're going to push into our child's pose. Taking a nice good stretch, coming all the way down, pushing the tailbones towards the mat. Maybe moving both hands over to one side of the mat. Taking a breath. And then to the other side. And taking a breath. Then we find neutral, coming to the middle. And we're going to move slowly up through a tabletop. Tucking our toes, coming into the downward facing dog. Take a moment to pedal out your dog. Walking, moving, closing the ribs, creating space in the shoulder. And just trying to open a little bit in the back of our hamstrings. Now inhale to come up onto your toes. Bend your knees, gaze forward, and step in. Exhale to fold all the way down. Maybe bending your legs a little bit. Then we're going to inhale to come all the way up, extended mountain. And we're going to fold directly down to a forward fold. Exhale. Inhale to elongate forward. Crown of the head facing. Exhale. Bend your knees, step out. Inhale to stay here. And then exhale to come all the way down. Inhale to come up. Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Inhale to come up to your toes. Bend your knees. Step forward. Inhale, elongate forward. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale to come all the way up. And exhale, fold directly forward. Inhale to elongate. Exhale to step down. Inhale to hold. Exhale, come down on your knees if you need. Inhale to come up. And exhale. Downward facing dog, 3 breaths. Inhale to come up on your toes, bend your legs, step in. Inhale, elongate forward, half lift. Exhale to come down. Inhale all the way up. Extended mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, elongate forward. Exhale, step out. Come to your knees if you want to. Come all the way down. And cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog, 3 breaths. And then we're going to let the right leg glide up. We're going to pull it in and come to a low lunge. Place your leg, then come up. And then we're going to come slowly down. We're going to hold for 8 breaths. Inhale to push into the front foot, moving backwards to sit down, and then open your left knee to the side. Inhale to come up, elongating your spine. Exhale to fold, 8 breaths. Use your blocks, blanket underneath your glutes, blocks under your arms, whatever you need to make it accessible and right for you. Inhale to elongate your spine up. Exhale to come out. We're going to bend pull our left knee up, placing the foot inside of the right thigh. And then we're going to inhale to elongate our spine upwards. And then we're going to exhale to twist. Now here you can choose the variation also that you prefer. We're going to stick with this one. You can place your elbow here. You can do a bind. You can wrap your foot. Inhale to elongate and exhale to come out. Now if you want to, you can take your hands to do a little counter twist. Before we move forward to come into our pigeon. We're going to move forward.
We're gonna heel toe that left foot over to the right side. Tuck your back foot. And then slide gently down to your pigeon. Now place, as always, a block underneath, a blanket, a pillow, whatever you need to make it accessible. Adjust your foot forward for more challenging, backwards for less challenging. Inhale to help yourself up. We're gonna tuck the back toe and then we're gonna push into a downward facing dog. And then we're gonna let the left leg glide up and then pulling it in, coming into low lunge with the left foot forward. Inhale to come up. Exhale to move deeper into the hip. 8 breaths. You can also engage your abdominals here if you want to make sure that you're pulling the hip forward. And then we're going to inhale, pressing down to the front foot and helping ourselves coming down to a seated. Opening the right leg out. Inhaling to sit up tall and exhaling to fall forward. It can be useful to put something underneath your seat bones or underneath your arms. Also underneath your knee if you need that. You see whatever is useful for you. Now if it's too little of a stretch, you can also always put something to help you elevate your foot a little, but make sure that you pay attention to your knee. Inhale to help yourself all the way up. Then we're going to pull the knee up, placing the right sole of the foot on the mat. We're going to inhale to extend the spine upwards and then exhale to do a twist towards the other side. Take whichever one you did on the other side. Inhale to elongate even further. Exhale to release. Then you can take a little counter towards the other side if you feel that you need to move, and then we're going to help ourselves move forward, moving into our pigeon. Heel toeing our left foot over to the right side, extending that right foot back. tucking the toe to make sure our hips are square, and then pulling whatever prop you feel is useful. And then we're gonna fold down for 8 breaths. Inhale, help yourself up with your hands. We're gonna tuck the back toe and then we're gonna pull into downward facing dog and moving through a vinyasa, coming into laying flat on the mat.
We're gonna pull back here and then we're gonna roll into our plank. Come down on your knees if you want to.
Exhale to come all the way down. Inhale to come up, cobra or
Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then
coming into seated. And we're gonna roll all the way down. Pulling the knees into our chest, opening up, happy baby. Pulling the tail, the lower back down on the mat, and opening up, doing a little bit of a massage. We're gonna pull the knees together. And then we're gonna have a supine twist, so taking a hold of the right knee first, guiding it over to the left, opening the right arm out or a little bit upwards, an angle, gazing over the right shoulder. Inhale, come all the way back up. Both knees into chest. We're gonna release the right leg, pulling the left over to the right side, gazing over the left shoulder. Ground your shoulders. Let the hand on the knee be a weight and not pull. Inhale to come back up, pulling the knees into chest, and then we're going to release the legs, the feet down on the mat. Having them come together, opening the knees out to the side for Supta Baddha Konasana. Now here, as always, you can use blocks to put underneath your thighs if it feels uncomfortable. Whatever makes it accessible. Now we're going to release all the way down into a Shavasana. Extending the legs, letting our heels meet about the angles of the mat. Letting our breath go back into its natural rhythm. observing how it flows in and out throughout our body. Then on an inhale, we're going to slowly move over to one side. And help ourselves slowly up to a comfortable seated position. Thank you so much for joining me today. It has been, as always, a pleasure to have you. Well done if you've made it this far. That's fantastic. You're making yoga a habit on a daily basis, which is amazing. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Now go and have a beautiful December day.